Welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Leela bringing you series of lectures on signals and systems on Python. Today I am going to explain how to simulate a discrete time step signal using Python. A discrete time step signal, we can define it as a function of discrete time n, magnitude a, and the shift as a general function, and a unit step function. Graphically it looks like this. Its value is 1 for n values greater than or equal to 0, and it is 0 for n values less than 0. And here n takes only integer values. So we have to modify the code that we have written for continuous time step signal a bit so that it suits the discrete time domain. So in the continuous time domain, we defined a time array for x-axis. Here we have to make it as a time instance, array of time instance with discrete time instance. So instead of linear space, we shall take a range from -10 to 10. The third argument here I have not written since I want it to be in steps of 1 from -10 to 10. So a range will arrange an array from -10 to 10 in steps of 1, and a capital N will measure, capital N is length of small n, which measures the length of this array given by small n. And we define a step signal by the function fn underscore step, which is a function of discrete time n and the magnitude a and the shift. We initialize an array u with zeros by this command u is equal to zeros n. So this is an array, zeros n is an array consisting of only zeros. How many zeros is decided by this argument, that is capital N here. So capital N number of zeros are organized to form an array named u. And then we form a loop where we will see what is the shift, and depending on that we will modify this array u to make it as a step signal. So now for I varying in the range, for I in the range 0 to n, so we shall form a loop where I is the variable with starting value 0 and ending value capital N. If this n of I is greater than or equal to minus shift, then that is n of I means if any value of n that we choose here, if its value is greater than or equal to the shift that is given, then replace the 0 in this array by the magnitude a, otherwise leave it as it is, and repeat this until all values of n are exhausted in this loop, and then return the u. So this returns the array u, which is now modified from this zeros array, such that it will have a step signal with a shift given by this value shift and magnitude given by a. So a step signal, unit step signal is given here with a is equal to 1 and shift is equal to 0. And a unit step signal, when it is shifted to the right, it is u of n minus of shift. Here this figure shows for a shift of 3, u of n minus 3, how it looks. And if it is shifted to the left, u of n plus 3, how the signal will look. And similarly, if it is folded, a folded unit step signal is represented as u of minus n, and it is given by this. And a folded unit step signal, if it is shifted to the left, it is u of minus n minus 3, opposite to that of u of n plus 3. Okay. So if it is shifted to the right, it is minus n plus 3. Okay. So what are the changes that we have to make it as a folded signal? I will explain it when in the Jupyter notebook. So let me take you to the Jupyter notebook. So as usual, the first we have to import the necessary libraries to the Jupyter notebook. So the first line here is from NumPy import all the functions, And next import the matplotlib.pyplot and import it as a abbreviated form PLT, and then plot the signal in line with the code. So here is the definition of the step function. We define it like this so that we can repeatedly use it in our calculations. So first let me make the changes for the step signal, not the folded one. So we have to compare it n of I, whether it is greater than or equal to the minus shift. If that is so, then make u of I is equal to a, then return. And in the next cell, n is equal to a range minus 10 to 10. That is, we are organizing an array to make it as an x-axis with in the integer values of x-axis from minus 10 to 10, and then we are measuring the length of this so that the capital N is obtained to form this loop. Then initially I will give a is equal to 1 and shift is equal to 0. Then this line fixes the figure size, and then I call this u and call the function fn underscore step, which will take to the definition of that signal with n as the variable, and for a magnitude I have given 1, for shift I have given 0. Then another change that you should note for discrete time signal is we are plotting it as a stem plot and not a continuous plot. So to plot it as a stem plot, the command is plt.stem, and here within the parenthesis we have to define what is the x-axis and what is the y-axis. And there is one extra thing here. If I don't use, what happens I will tell you. First I will remove it. You will get a warning message. That is why I have used it. So without that I will run it and show it to you. And the remaining all these lines are already explained in the previous programs. So the difference here is the organizing the x-axis array in integers given by this range, and then plotting it as a stem plot. These are the two main differences for discrete time signals. So let me run each of these cells now. Shift enter, shift enter. So now you see this is a unit step signal. In addition to this, we have got a error warning message here. This is with respect to the improved versions of Python, where it is asking to use line collection keyword argument to true, so that we will have the we will not get this warning message. So I'll put it back with this plot. So use line collection is equal to true. Now I'll run this. You will get the plot without that warning. Okay, so it takes it as a collection of lines and plots it. So this is the unit step signal. Now I'll change it the step value to some minus value, say minus 3. So here I should make it, the change has to be brought about here, minus 3. So it is shifted to right. Shift a minus 3 for a unit step signal or a step signal will shift it to the right, and a plus value of the shift will shift it to the left. I will just make it as a plus 3, which will shift it to the left, and also I can change the magnitude of the signal to a different value, say 2. So it is shifted to the left with a magnitude of 2. Okay. So now to make it as a folded signal, so I have explained u of n minus 3 and n plus 3, and also with a different magnitude also. To make it as a folded signal, just change this greater than signal to less than, and also remove this minus sign here. Okay. So that has to give you a folded signal. So now because the shift is plus 3, it has shifted to the right. So I will give initially a unit step signal with 0 shift. Now see, it is the folded unit step signal. Now I will give a negative shift. If it is a unit step signal, for a negative shift, it has to shift to the right. Now let us see, for a negative shift, it is shifting it to the left, and for a positive shift, it will shift to the right. Okay. So even for the folded signal also, you can change the magnitude to any value. Okay. So now let's see, it is u of 2u of minus t plus 3. 2u of minus t plus 3, it is shifted to the right. 2u of minus t minus 3 will shift it to the left. 2u of minus t minus 3. Okay. So that's about simulation of the discrete time signal. What is the difference between the continuous time signal and the discrete time signal? That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to my channel, and give your feedback in the comment box. See you in my next class.